Living in Istanbul looks beautiful and peaceful at first, but spending here some time shows that it's not that easy as it looks like. Harsh political protests, experience with tear gas and water cannons, bans of social media and free speech, things that all foreigners are experiencing in their daily lives. Today we are asking, how do foreigners see the situation and how it affects them?
I'm from California.
Morocco.
I'm from South Africa.
The United States.
I'm from Pakistan.
I arrived in January and I am leaving in early June.
9 months now.
I've been here for exactly a year and 1 week. Yeah.
Since August of last year, or excuse me, September of last year.
For more than 3 years.
I think interesting to talk to a lot of young people here and if they support or don't support the AKP.
It's none of my business first, but I think it's kind of intensive, you know, with all the protests going on and people willing to change and stuff. But I don't know. I mean, as I said, I'm foreigner. I don't really know what's going on. But from what I hear from the people, I think something's going wrong.
Well, we have our own feelings towards things, especially when it comes to religion and the fact that there could be dictatorship in this beautiful country, which we all, of course, do not want. But then again, like I said, I do not follow politics, so I'm not at liberty to say much.
I mean, I'm a foreigner here. It's not really my place.
In my opinion, like, we can see in the next decade there can be a possibility of a political downfall in Turkey. That's what I think.
I don't think it affects me directly or personally. I mean, maybe I can't go to Beşiktaş like yesterday with the protests, but it's interesting to observe daily life on the street, and I think even knowing a little bit about the political situation here really changes how you view contemporary Turkey.
Well, partially, yes, because, you know, I mean, yesterday I couldn't go out because of the transportations were cutting out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of affecting me, but not in school. I mean, I'm here to study, so it's not really affecting my studying, so it's okay.
Not being able to access YouTube and not being able to access Twitter, it does affect how I normally gather news. And for me, really, it's more of an inconvenience than have any real concrete, lasting effect.
The riots and everything, the economy, does affect me for quite a fraction of it. As, for example, the dollar is going up and down, so I get my money from outside, so it can be a bit difficult for me economically as a student. And for example, the YouTube, Twitter, and everything else is blocked, so you can say it's sort of like an inconvenience for me as well.
The United States has such an open and liberal policy about free speech and media for the most part. So of course I'm against it and I disagree with it, and I think people should be allowed to use it.
I can access to YouTube, but you know, forbidding YouTube is not really. It's like you know, shutting people up. I don't think it's a really smart move from the government. So yeah, I think it's negative.
I thought that was a bit over the age. You know, you're trying to keep people away from the rest of the world. Some people use YouTube to study, for example myself, and there are so many other things that YouTube can be used for. It's not only the bad. So why is it cancelled? I mean, why was it taken away? What is whoever cancelled it afraid of?
Yeah, I mean, I use Twitter a lot to get my news. I follow BBC and Al Jazeera and all those sorts of organizations, so I can communicate with my family in other ways, but it definitely cuts off my ability to read the news and understand what's going on out there.
Well, as long as there is Facebook, Skype, WhatsApp, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I have my ways. Everybody have their ways to access YouTube, so yeah, I don't think it's affecting me very much.
It didn't really affect my communication with my friends or family back home. They didn't block Facebook, and that's normally how I talk to my parents. I use WhatsApp to talk to my girlfriend in Singapore and my family back home in Skype, and they didn't block any of those things, so I didn't have any trouble contacting them, no.
There is no comparison because my country is totally different from Turkey, as in I mean, the way the presidents are and stuff like that. Because here, I believe that it is the minister or whoever who is more, like, he is higher than the president, apparently. I'm not sure. But in my country, it's not like that. Decisions are not just made by one person. Everybody comes together, and if the president is overruled because his decision was selfish, it's overruled. You know, it's a democratic country, and that's how it is. It's not led by religion, it's not led by anything else but democracy. Democracy for the people.
Well, you know, the U.S. is the media capital of the world, and closing media outlets is very frowned upon there, but the United States also has its own issues with media. I think the major difference between media here and in the United States is the patterns of ownership. Most of the major news outlets here in Turkey are owned by AK Party members, and government officials don't really own news networks in the United States, even though since private enterprises and politics are very well connected in the U.S.
Currently in my home country, the situation, I'll say honestly speaking, is much worse than Turkey. Like, I think because of the political parties, the energy crisis, the economy, everything put together is like much worse in my country because of terrorism as well as, you know, in Pakistan. So I think Turkey is way better off than Pakistan comparatively, but it can go towards being another Pakistan, today's Pakistan, if the current political party keeps on provoking the people of Turkey.
All foreigners have different opinions and experiences while living here in Turkey. However, all of them are trying to adapt themselves and wish the situation to get better and more free in the future.